You get the promotion, the title, the office with the view everyone said would change everything. And then you sit down in the chair, and you feel nothing. Not sadness, not even disappointment, just a flatness, like the achievement arrived at the wrong address. You've been telling yourself the emptiness is temporary, that it'll catch up to you once it sinks in. But what if it never was going to sink in? What if you built the entire staircase against the wrong wall? Somewhere along the way, you adopted a quiet formula. Success equals accumulation of money, of rank, of the right people knowing your name. Every promotion was proof the formula worked. So why, at the one moment the formula finally pays out in full, does it feel like you've been cashing counterfeit currency? 24 centuries ago, a philosopher looked at a man exactly like you and said, the emptiness isn't a bug. It's the formula working exactly as designed, because the formula was broken from the start. Plato thought the soul wasn't one thing wanting one thing. It was three drives in permanent negotiation: appetite, which wants pleasure and possession; spirit, which wants honor and victory; and reason, which wants understanding and truth. A person is ruled by whichever of the three sits on the throne. Plato described a specific type of man forming a society of his own, one where appetite has crowned itself king, but dressed in spirit's clothing. He doesn't chase raw pleasure. He chases proof, net worth, rank, title, the number that silences the fear of being nothing. Plato called him the oligarchic man, outwardly disciplined, inwardly starving, because the part of him that could actually be satisfied, reason, the part that wants to understand rather than acquire, has been locked in a back room his whole life. The oligarchic man can win every external contest and still feel poor, because he's been feeding the wrong part of himself a diet the right part was never hungry for. More money doesn't quiet reason's hunger. It was never reason's food to begin with. That's the office. That's the silence in the chair. Not a delayed reaction, a hunger being offered the wrong meal, correctly, for the 20th time. Modern psychology has its own name for this, and it arrived at the same diagnosis from the opposite direction. Researchers call it hedonic adaptation, the mind's habit of resetting its baseline the moment a goal is reached, so the next milestone is required just to feel normal again. It's why the promotion satisfies for 11 days and then quietly stops counting. But the deeper match to Plato isn't the treadmill itself, it's what's on it. Self-determination theory draws the same three-way split Plato drew 2,000 years earlier. Extrinsic rewards, like money and status, reliably fail to produce lasting satisfaction, while the drives psychologists link to actual well-being, competence, autonomy, and connection to something larger than yourself map almost exactly onto what Plato called reason's proper hunger. Different vocabulary, same diagnosis. You cannot bribe the part of you that wants meaning with a currency meant for the part of you that wants status. It will take the payment. It will not stop being hungry. This doesn't mean the office was worthless or that ambition is the enemy. Plato never asked the oligarchic man to want less. He asked him to check which part of himself was doing the wanting. So before you chase the next number that's supposed to finally make the silence go away, ask the only question that's ever actually answered it for anyone. Which room in you has been locked the longest? And what would it take, just once, to feed that one instead?